Hey, this is Perry's Hotter, your friendly neighborhood mangaka in the making, bringing you this pencil cover of Chapter 9 of Cold-Blooded, and I'm going to be inking it here today. If you don't know who I am or what Cold-Blooded is, my name is Perry. Like I said, I'm a mangaka in the making my own manga called Cold-Blooded. If you want to know what Cold-Blooded is about, well, imagine Goku, but instead of turning Super Saiyan to power up, he turns into a 7-foot tall lizard monster. Imagine Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, that instead of turning into a Titan, he turns into a lizard monster, rips his clothes, and fights other monsters and bad guys. If you love manga, if you love battle manga, you'll love this. And the log line is what it's about, is Remsnart misses his father, and while holding out hope after his father's disappearance 5 years ago, he discovers latent reptilian abilities brought out by a shadowy figure determined to end his life. And that's the log line, that's what it's about. And it's free to read on Webtoon and Tapas. You can, there should be links in the description to read it on either or website. And I also have an email list. If you sign up for my email list, you will receive a free digital copy of Cold Blood Chapter 1. And lastly but not least, I ran a successful Kickstarter this past year. It ended this month in April, or last April, or maybe last month. Well, anyway, there's a link to my Kickstarter that I ran. It's done and over with. I raised $872 to cover the cost of printing, packaging, and shipping. And if you missed out, what you can do is you can go to my Kickstarter, click on my name, and click follow me, and you should be notified whenever a Cold-Blooded Volume 2 launches. And that's still a ways off. My projection is like sometime in 2021. But maybe I'll get done before then, who knows. And right now, today, I'm going to be working on inking a cover for Chapter 9. And just because I now have my first book doesn't mean that the chapters stop. I'm going to discipline myself, try to put these out on a monthly basis. And so, you can read it month to month. You can go on Webtoon Tapas and read and get caught up, and then follow along month to month. And when the book comes out, you can come back on Kickstarter and get your copy. Sounds good, right? And so, if you're wondering, this is not the main character on the cover. This is actually the main character's grandpa or grandfather. He can also transform at will. It is passed down through the genes, so it's an inherited power, but from an unknown origin, or at least unknown to Rin. And then there's some other various characters that appear in the chapter. It should be coming out today on April 28th. At the time that I record this video, I'm also inking the chapter. I penciled it yesterday. And so probably by the time this video is edited and uploaded, it should be up. One thing you may notice if you have followed my channel previously is I usually go live, but I may stop that just because when you go live I can't do end cards, and I can't I guess mostly because I can't do end cards, and I'm trying something a little different. So this video may be time-lapse with a voiceover and then some music, and I'll try to keep it down to 10 minutes, and so you can just watch and enjoy while I'm drawing away. One thing, if you notice, I'm gonna keep this mostly in ink or line drawing, line art, meaning not a whole lot or any hatching, and because it will be in color. And I noticed that the way I had been drawing my previous covers is I think I would include too much hatching. And if you look at most mangaka's covers, they don't have a whole lot of hatching in them. because most of the value is, you know, communicated through color. And so I'm gonna try, you know, they might have some hatching, but not a lot. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and not include any hatching, just because kind of wean myself off of that and try to do more with the color, because it will be in color, and it's just kind of redundant if I have all these hatching lines and then I got this color on top of it, although that can and does look cool. Trying my best to ink from left to right, so I don't smudge anything. I guess I'll let it dry a few minutes. I'll scan it and erase it, and I know I have all the shadows kind of planned out here, but I got these kind of tests that I did. It's kind of like an idea of what it's going to look like in color, but it will be colored better than this. This is just a mock-up. I just kind of base his wings off of bat's wings. I don't know, like, you know, I could be doing something wrong for all I know. This robot in the background is what I call a CFU, so stands for Cylindrical Flying Unit, because his body is a cylinder, although you can't tell just from the silhouette. But if you read my manga, you will see, and basically they are a tool of the main antagonist or big bad. Okay, most of these lines erased away pretty well. Oh, it's much. Anyway, so I think I'm good. The line shouldn't interfere when I scan. I think we'll see. If anything, I have the line art, so I could just color it digitally if all else fails. But I like to do things traditionally, so you got these neutral grays here. Let me test this out on a separate sheet. Well, I think I'm all done here. I tried to do kind of a gradient or blend up here. I don't know if that was all that successful, but it doesn't matter all that much because this is where the logo is going to go, and hopefully it doesn't cover up too much artwork. I'll just have to see how that goes. And then I'm just going to be touching it up here and there. I just saw something, just these little spaces, these little tiny spaces that you probably can't even see on the camera, but I can see here in person that I missed when I was going over it with red. Because you're trying to be careful not to go outside a line, and you don't go far enough, and so you miss it. And that's what they are, just these little tiny things. And just fixing them now because I know when I scan it, they'll show up in the scanner. Ben, Perry's Hotter, your mangaka in the making my own manga, Cold Blooded. Again, link is in the description to read it for free on Webtoon Tapas. It'll update monthly on the 28th of each month is what I'm aiming for, my deadline. I launched on Kickstarter. Click on Kickstarter, follow me on there, so when Cold Blooded Volume 2 is launched, you will be notified. Another way to be notified is sign up for my email list so you get a free digital copy of Cold Blooded Chapter 1. You get a PDF. You can download it, read it on your laptop, iPad, Kindle if you can get it on there. So have a nice night.